Watching this interview, I had to put my good God said go shirt on because God said, go away from us with this coleslaw. What did you prove in this whole interview but that you are an idiot like we already think? Anyway, let's get into it. All right, y'all. I had to represent my girl Mel real good in this here video because I feel like it was a bunch of foolery and foolishness going on in that video. And I almost had to turn it off because it was just a lot. So one thing that was very repetitive throughout the interview, she continued to say, I'm so tired of them using my likeness. I'm so tired of them using my likeness. Okay. Honey, I'm gonna need you to look up the definition of likeness, okay? And you know what? Let's just go ahead and look at that for just all of the shits and giggles. Likeness, the fact or quality of being alike, resemblance. Okay, that's one. The portrait or representation. All right, so I've watched Huntsville from season one all the way in. Okay, nobody ever said your name, honey. Never. Never did they ever. Okay. And then while you continue to keep creating this narrative that the entire show was about you, is very delusional. And it really poses the question for me, like, seriously, do your family and friends love you? Because if I loved you, I wouldn't have let you be on TV and looking like a damn fool. Because you're looking like a fool. You're looking like a fool. Okay. Miss Swan said it best. You are out here really, you look crazy. It's very hard to watch, and it's very foolish because it's scary because you parent two young children, so you could be trickling down this foolishness in your empty head because you are very dumb. Okay, I just don't understand why you would ever even do this interview. You thought that this was going to make you look better or whatever, and I really thought you was going to tell us something. You've been saying the same stuff over and over again, which is a bunch of nothing. Here's your story. Okay. I'm going to tell your story for you real quick in 3 points. You met a married man. You fucked a married man. You had a baby by a married man. The end. That's your story. So if you wanted to sit on Tasha K to say that, that's what you should have did, because all this other shit that I'm about to talk about was a bunch of bullshit. So anyway, let's get into it. She kept saying my likeness, which really bothered me because nobody used her likeness. Nobody was really fucking talking about her dumb ass. So whatever. And she keeps saying that there was this false narrative about her life. Again, here's your narrative. You met a married man. You fucked a married man. You had a baby. Stop me when I'm wrong. Let me, where am I wrong at? Where are they misrepresenting your story? Everything that I'm saying is correct. And you just let me know. Did you not fuck him? Did you not have it? Is your baby not his? Let's be clear. Next, they go into, she's saying that they're leading the audience to believe that she is some young, crazy woman chasing a married man. No, we don't think you were young and crazy chasing him. We think that you are now old and dumb and still fucking with him. That's what we really think. And we think that you were young and dumb, but you should have been old enough and smart enough to know that once this man told you he was married, that you should have skedaddled. But you decided not to, because guess what? You were grown enough to know that he was married and continue to open your legs and spread it wide and let him dick dive into your menagerie. Okay, you continue to let him do that. So that, my dear, is you. You allow this, okay? That's nobody else's fault but you. You continue, you know what? You and Martell are great for each other because you guys like to blame other people for y'all foolishness. You participated in that. Nobody held a gun to your head to be with this man, okay? Let's be clear. Nobody's making you look like nothing more than what you are, an idiot, okay? You got screwed. It is what it is. Take your L in silence now, hopefully, because every time you open your mouth is stupid. And if anybody thinks that you're stupid or an idiot or whatever, it's because you put yourself on the internet. We would have never known who you are until you started doing those lives and started looking like a fool all over the internet yourself. Nobody put you on the show to do that. Nobody talks about you on the show. They don't. And we don't watch the show for them to talk about you. We watch the show for them to talk about their careers, their lives, which you, my dear, are a part of their lives. Because why? You decided to insert yourself into their life. So that's why anybody, if they do say anything about you and your acts, because they're not specifically, that's your problem that you need to get through your head. They're not specifically talking about you. They're talking about Mel and Martell's life, which involves you sleeping with her husband. Nobody gives a fuck about you individually. Let's be very clear. Okay? So moving right along, Tasha says she considers Arionne a girlfriend, and Melody was terrified to do the interview with Tasha. So they had to do 2 takes. Tasha, God said going on with that, because I don't believe, let me not, listen. I respect Tasha K as a vlogger, okay? But that right there, Miss Ma'am, was a bunch of bullshit, okay? I don't think that Melody was nervous to talk about her life. This woman is a renowned speaker. She loves public speaking. She loves doing things like this. So I don't know why she would be nervous to talk about her own damn self. But whatever, you know, you like it, I love it. You was there, so I can't say that it was wrong, okay? But for you to say that you consider Arionne a girlfriend, child, okay, girl, invite her over for dinner, child. I hope she don't walk out with your husband next, and that's that on that. So anyway, she feels like Arionne also feels like Mel profited off of her. Well, bitch, why are you still broke? Because that's a broke bitch mindset. Mel was rich before you came around. So what is you saying? And Mel is still rich and not talking about you. I don't understand. Yes, she wrote some songs. That's cool. But that is one minor piece of an entity, of an empire that she has created. You do not contribute to her empire significantly anymore. Let me tell you what your problem is. You're mad because Mel is a money-making machine. Okay, you know how Candy, if you follow Candy Birds, Money Making Mondays, yeah, Mel is money making every day. Okay, right along with Candy Birds, she just highlights it on Monday. But you wish that you had that a tenth of that woman's brain, and you're mad because now you're realizing Tasha made a good point, and we'll get to this later on, but rather quickly because there's really not much to talk about here. Tasha made a very good point. She asked her, did you see a difference in Martell? Like, do you feel like now that he's not married, or do you feel like he was a different person around you than he was, you know, on TV, or, you know, just in general? Do you really feel like you got to know the real him? You're getting to know his real finances now. Now you know that Mel was the brains and the breadwinner behind all of this bullshit. Now you know. Because why? She's continuing to build and grow and be prosperous outside of Martell. But he putting on bow ties and taking naked pictures for calendars. He's scrounging at for money here, there, and everywhere. He copied her mother and wrote a children's book, which, hey, you know what? Everybody can write a book. It's a free country. But Mel is doing a whole lot of things on her own. No pun intended, on OWN network, which you tried to talk about Oprah, which really, girl, do you think Miss Billionaire Oprah gives a fuck about you and your dry wig? Girl, and your ashy ass dress that you was wearing from your boutique that has all of the things of China. Girl, get the hell on. Get the hell on. Anyway, moving on. They talk about how she met Martell. So apparently she met Martell with her friend. Her and her friend went to a party. His cousin came over, and that was all she wrote to introduce the two of them. She says they were friends first. She really loved, he really, you know, captured her with his amazing conversation. Girl, he was talking a bunch of bullshit and you believed it. Okay, let's just be very clear about that. And Tasha says she's the chocolate version, that Arionne is a chocolate version of Melody. And Mel is the pretty girl that's seen but not heard, but well spoken. And Arionne is a wilder version. First of all, Tasha is very smart because basically what she did was call you a little thought. Okay, first of all, Tasha, these bras don't look nothing alike. She wish now, mind you, I'm not going to take that from her. Arionne is an attractive female. I'm not going to take that away from her, but she is dumb as a box of rocks. She is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. She in that empty head of hers is very empty. There's somebody running around inside of there and picking up nothing. She's not smart. So there is no way she couldn't even tie Mel's bootstraps. Okay, so please don't compare these chicks. The only thing that they shared was a dick. That's it. They share nothing else. Nothing else is similar at all with these broads. Let's be very clear. So moving right along, she says her and Martell were, they didn't even have sex for 9 months. And, she just loved the connection that they had. But the first time she met him, he wanted to take her to a hotel. And she was like, I'm not going to. Girl. Now, riddle me this, Batman. If he wanted to take you to a hotel the very first time that y'all met each other, what made you think he was such a good guy? He already had you pegged in his head as to what he wanted to use you for. It wasn't that, please believe it wasn't because you were just you were so amorous and he loved looking at you so much that he just had to get between them chocolate thighs. No. Okay? No. He was horny. It was pointed and ready and you were there as the ammo. Okay? You were the target. And that's that on that. So whatever. You didn't do it the first time, but you did it after 9 months. You girl, whatever. Set yourself off and tell everybody that you did and kept doing. Okay. So anyway, she found out he was married within the 9 months that they were, having these elaborate conversations that kept her reeled in so much. And, she said to herself, I know it's my fault that I kept dealing with a married man, but Martell just has such a way with words, child. He just, my thighs just kept opening wider and wider with every sentence. Like that's what it was. And girl, you are full of shit. Okay. So anyway, she said their first interaction, her first interaction with Mel was Mel texting her a text thread saying Martell was obsessed with Arionne, which you said your first interaction was when you called. And what you try to be shady talking about she called. Now, mind you, this is one of the things that she had to clear up. Okay. She said she called and she said, let me clear this up because she kept on saying on the show that I called and I said, put fucking Martell on the phone. I did not curse. I just said, put Martell on the phone. Bitch, did you, wait a minute. Bravo, where you at? Was you about to do a whole show about that? Was Bravo about to do, because you said Bravo called you, right? Was Tasha K Bravo? Does she work for Bravo now? Like, is she an executive producer now or something? We don't know what's going on. Because, girl, you did not. Bravo didn't call you. And bravo to your bullshit. Because this is an outstanding, terrible performance. Okay? This is the worst performance I've ever seen. You said you needed to clear up, not saying a curse word. Well, fuck me running. Okay? You ain't say fuck. All right, bitch, I said for you fuck. Okay, you ain't say fuck. Cool. Ooh, I feel so much better about you now because you didn't curse. Anyway, she said, I never said fuck. I said, put Martell on the phone. And, she tried to be shady. She was like, yeah, because, they was arguing about, them not cooking, her and her mama not cooking and cleaning. Bitch, really? Well, guess what? Mel probably could pay somebody to clean her damn house and cook dinner for her children. So, whatever. How you gonna act? So what? You wanted to try to put that out there that they were talking about cooking. How you know they wasn't saying he need to pitch in with the cooking and cleaning? You over here listening to everything Martell Spock looking ass tell you. Girl, bye. Boo and boo and bye. So Tasha said, did you ever say, let me not do this? Did he say, let me not do this? Let me not be messing with a married man. Did he say he was going to leave her? Then she proceeds to say she never told him to leave her, but she was like, if you're going to keep on, running, coming after me or trying to be with me, then why don't you leave her? Why do you stay or whatever the case may be? Yeah, that's you kind of insinuating that he needs to leave his wife. But let's be very clear. You didn't want him to leave his wife because you knew that she was the one that's keeping all them financial means coming to your household. And if you didn't know, now you know. Okay. So she also said that Martell was always guilty, but that he didn't want to leave either one of them alone. But whatever, girl, I would have taken myself. He wouldn't have had to make a choice about leaving me alone. As soon as I found out he was married, I'd be like, oh, all right, well, have a good life, because good luck with that. I'm not dealing with that. So then she says she feels like there's a fine line as a black woman. Oh, she was very profound, y'all. I think she, even put a fist up. She might have did that. She says she feels like there's a fine line as a black woman that she should have respected. She acknowledges this now that she's older. But, when she was young, she was just young and dumb and didn't know. But you kept fucking him for 7 years and had 3 potential children by him. You miscarried the first one. You had an abortion the second time because apparently you're saying you made that decision, but you ended up having your son because you said you had just had an abortion, so you didn't want to have another one. Girl, get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. Then she would say that they did go 3 or 5 months at a time not talking. So I'm assuming that that's probably the times that when he was telling Mel that he was going to stop messing with her, and he would, say, see, I'm not talking to her. I'm not talking to her. But you act like he just had the itch so bad that he just kept on coming back. And every time he would have called me, I would have sent him to the voicemail, or I would have blocked him. You were messing with him. Let's be very clear. I'm going to say this over and over again. You were messing with him because you wanted to. Nobody held a gun to your head. Nobody made you be with Martell. I don't care how much of a smooth operator he was with his words. You took those words in and took them as your law and how you decided to move forward and make the moves that you did. Okay? Nobody's saying that you broke up the family, but let's be very clear, bitch. You was a part of it. Okay? Own your part. Own your part. God said go. God said go, girl. Go and move on. Go and be. So so we already talked about the night that she called, and she said they were arguing about cleaning up, blah, blah, blah. She didn't say fuck, whatever. And she said that she was calling because Martell had just called her because he was mad that she was on a date or whatever the case may be. So he was blowing her phone up. So she was just calling him back. And here's my thing. These two are just living in la la land. Like, he thinking that she shouldn't be messing with nobody else, and she actually said that she wasn't fucking nobody else while they was together. So you faithful to a married man and you single. I could see if she was married and he was married and, like, yeah, we ain't about to be adding too many people to this foolishness. But you fucking him and you single and you being faithful to him. Are you crazy? Yeah, you are, because you did this interview. By the way, you got a YouTube channel, right? Why you ain't do this on your own channel? Because you said a bunch of nothing, but you could have gotten paid a bunch of something because everybody would have flocked to your channel to see this stuff. But yeah, listen, I'm not a hater. Tasha, you take your money, and I'm so glad that she did, because she's helping us all out because we're all talking about it. So yeah, you're an idiot. You could have made your own money, did this on your own channel that you pressed everybody to subscribe to, but you ain't post not a goddamn thing. By the way, I'm unsubscribing. Okay, you losing a subscriber today because you're not doing nothing. Okay, and I'm tired of it. But anyway, moving on. So Tasha asked, did she want to mess up the marriage? And Arionne proceeds to say she never was calling. She said, oh, and they keep saying I was calling back to back. I never was calling back to back. So that's your second point that you wanted to clear up. Ooh, empty head. Nobody cares how many times you was calling, my girl. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, girl. Nobody cares how many times you were calling back to back. Nobody cares. So you cleared up again. Absolutely nothing. 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 So she says she only called Mel one time, and that was because somebody had keyed her friend's car and keyed it ARI, and she assumed that Mel did it. First of all, this lady is a grown ass woman. Ain't no damn way she about to be keying somebody's car. And if she did, she had enough money to pay some damn body to go do that shit. Why the fuck would she come and key your motherfucking, and not even your car, your friend's car? Girl, bye. Ain't nobody key your damn car. Just knock it off. So, and you called her to ask her if she did that. Now, let's say she did do some stupid shit like that. Do you really think that she was gonna be like, you got me? I did it. So sorry, girl, because you are fucking my husband, and I just had to key the car. It was right there. No, she was not. Like, are you serious? And that was your one time calling her? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. So that was what you had to clear up again, that you wasn't calling her over and over again. Okay, that's point 2 that nobody cares about. Then she says she never pressured Martell to leave, but said if he was unhappy, leave. We talked about that. And then she talked about, she asked, was it convenient? Tasha asked, was it convenient to have him splurge on her? She said that's not what she was there. Our Arionne says that, that's not what she was there for. She was there for the connection, but it really was nice because he really did help her out a lot. And Tasha was like, oh, well, what did he do? What did he give you, girl? And she was like, I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to. Girl, we already know that he bought you the damn car. We heard about the match and Benzes or BMWs, whatever the hell it is. That lets you know how much we cared about it, because I don't even remember which damn foreign car it was. But he bought your damn car, okay? It's okay, girl. And she was like, she was struggled financially, but she didn't have to struggle as much dealing with Martell or whatever. She always worked, and she wanted to be a nurse, and she felt like, she did talk about she was going to school to be a nurse, and she was saying that it was very difficult, which I don't know if she was trying to be a damsel in distress talking about this, because she was like, yeah, and it was very stressful having to go to school, because I was just so distraught over all of this. Well, bitch, close your legs to married men, as my girl Nene said. Close your legs to married men, if that's what you had an issue with. Like, if it was stressing you out that much, because guess what? You were embarrassed because you talked about not wanting to go back to work, because basically you didn't want all of those people to Kenyafy you. Kenya, if y'all watch RHOA, you ain't want them to come in and put you on blast and say, oh, you the girl fucking that lady husband. That's what you doing. Yeah. Own your bullshit. If you're going to do it, pat your chest, pat yourself on the back, and move on with your life. Let's be clear. You could have easily just left Martell alone. That's what you could have did. That would have been easier. But no, you decided to keep on fucking them and end your own career, which is silly, because you felt public shame. Mind you, public shame that you gave yourself, because you were the one getting on the internet telling everybody who you was. We didn't know nothing about you. So anyway, she said she was done with him, because but she was done with Martell, and because she had gotten pregnant and all this, that, and the third. And apparently her and Mel was pregnant at the same damn time at one point. And then, because like I said, she had a miscarriage, an abortion, and then she ended up having a baby because she was like, I'm not about to have another abortion. But the third one, which is the son that they have now, Martell actually asked her to have an abortion because apparently her and Mel had just had an abortion too, and then Mel ended up getting pregnant again. I'm just like, damn, he just running around sticking his sausage and everything with no casing. Disgusting. So then she said she was done with him, and he showed up to her house, child, was kneeling down, staring into her eyes, okay? And she said, I just let him in. I'm like, girl, get the fuck on. Then she said Martell told Mel he wasn't going to choose, so he left it up to Mel and her. No. Mel made the choice. She left. You still there, carrying the bag of his 5th kid. And he going to end up having more children because he's clearly irresponsible. So, girl, okay. So then Tasha asked, does she know all of does she really know all parts of Martell? We talked about that. And then she says, then they go into he told her, She said that Martell told her that the show was about real estate and that him and Mel were getting a divorce. And she said she was in, that was when she was in nursing school. And she felt like during that time that she was in nursing school, she couldn't speak up for herself. That's why she started doing all the lives, because she had gotten so stressed being in nursing school. She done dropped out. So now she was getting on the internet's child and trying to tell her side of the story, because she felt like they were just portraying her in such a bad light. Again, you met a married man, you fucked a married man, you had a baby by him. What part of the story is changing now? So we've talked about a curse word that you didn't say and that you didn't call him all the time. You did accept the car. You did fuck that married man. Okay, I'm trying to find the stuff that's wrong, and that where you really have something to draw us in to make you make sense to us. I'm not finding it yet, but stop me when I get there. Then she speaks, she continues to speak about this false narrative. Then when, she was asked about family and friends' reaction, she said that, they see him in person, but then when they see him on TV, they think they're like, wow, he's a different person, just like what she said. And they told her that she need to leave him alone. First of all, no, they didn't. Your family didn't tell you to leave him alone, because you got your friends and your family, or maybe not your family, but your friends, I know, joining Facebook groups on the internet advocating for you, and your little live chats and getting in these chats, making fake pages advocating for you, because no fool will advocate for you. Let's be very clear. So that's what you got. You have friends that are just as dumb as you. Because if I was your friend, I wouldn't be your friend. I wouldn't. Because you wouldn't be around me having that mindset. Because please be clear, let's be rest assured that if you did that to this lady that you don't even know, you would damn sure do it to one of your friends. Somebody talk enough for you, you be fucking a husband, child. Go on, Tasha K, that's your friend, girl. So then they asked if Tasha K asked if, since her mom and dad were married, because she said she came from a 2-parent household, which I was like, oh my God, this girl. Where's the dunce cap? She kept it earlier in the interview. She said, because I came from a 2-parent home too. And then Tasha was basically speaking like, okay, she said 2-parent household, so her parents must have been married. So she says, since you came from a 2-parent household with your mom and dad being married, what was that like? How do they feel or whatever? She was like, oh no, yeah, no. My parents were never married. Bitch, come again? What? They were never married. What the hell do you think a 2-parent child? And I could see if she was saying that, her mom was married and her dad were married. I would even accept that. Even if it wasn't that they were, not together, but they both were in, healthy marriages with other people, I would have even accepted that. But she said her mama never been married. Her daddy was married, but he got a damn divorce. But the only positive thing she's seen in marriage was her grandparents and her great uncles and aunts, because they were married for a long time. Girl, you didn't live with your grandma. You don't know what that lady life was like. But you know what? You probably do, because in the old days, they let Mr. go on out here and sow his royal oats with every chick in town. And long as they was taking care of home, they was fine. So that's what you learned about marriage, which is very clear. That's what you live in. Anyway, so she says she kept on saying, well, y'all don't understand, I wasn't checking for Martell. No, yes, she was. You was checking text messages, emails, phone calls, taking them all because he was talking your drawers off. You loved the conversation, child. He was very whiting the fuck out of you, and you loved it. So don't even say that you wasn't checking for him, because you did. And then she says that the longest they ever spent together was 4 days. Child. You know all of this about a person, that the longest that you've spent with them in person is 4 days at this point. Mind you, she said that she didn't even live in Huntsville. She was living in Ohio because she just went to school in Huntsville. So you moved from Ohio to Huntsville for a married man. Make that make sense? Because that's basically what you did. And I wish Tasha had asked you that. Then she says, She said they always had good convo and struggle, but not. She loves the good convo with Martell and all the things that he did for her, but the backlash and the public humiliation is not worth it. Well, clearly it is, because guess what? This show has been on for now. This will be the 4th season when it comes back. You could have left him alone after the 1st season when you felt all this public humiliation. Okay, you let 2 more years or a year more go by of you messing with him, and then you ended up getting goddamn pregnant. Girl, you are just not intelligent. Okay, so if you weren't embarrassed, you loved it. You thought that this was going to create another income stream for you. You thought that you was going to be side chick of the year in the right way. But yet you just ended up being a verse in a song from the wife that's still getting paid off of this. Did you really think that you were going to profit from this? You thought this was going to be your 15 seconds of your 15 minutes of fame where you was going to get on the show and y'all was going to show how much y'all love each other, because he told y'all they were going to film them going through their divorce the 1st season. But what you saw was a man groveling, trying to keep his family. Let's be very clear. That man wanted you and Mel. He wasn't going to stop messing with you because you weren't going to make him stop. And that, my dear, is your fault. You kept saying but he kept coming for me. He kept coming for me. Guess what we call that? That's called a stalker. If somebody is continuing to come after you and you don't want them to. But since you wanted him to, he wasn't stalking you. You was loving every minute of it. So now you will proceed with the backlash. And you will not be rewarded with being on TV, because number one, it's not even if you got on the show. We don't care. What are you really talking about? And you keep on thinking that Mel is the one keeping you off the show, which I do think she has a part in it. But if you don't think that Carlos King, if he thought that any piece of you was entertaining, that he wouldn't figure out a way to convince Mel to get you on that show, you got another thing coming. Your man is the one that's keeping you off the show. Let's tell the truth. He don't want you on that show, because if he had you on the show previously, before he got a divorce, that would have been bad for him. He already looks bad. He's trying to change his image right now. So to have you on the show, he's not doing that. That's why he's out here in the public eye taking pictures with other bitches, taking other bitches on dates. He don't want to be seen with you, because you come with backlash and trash image. So you will never be on this TV show, and you will never be seen in public with him. I see your lives sometimes where you sitting up here doing videos and you got a picture of his hand, but he not letting you put him in the full video. Girl, bye. He is not big, and this is not Sex in the City, okay? Moving right along. She further confirmed that Marceau and Maurice and Earl, I guess that was the other dude's name, were entertaining other ladies. And those ladies look like linebackers. So here's my thing. She also later on in the conversation talked about Mel supposedly cheating on her with some doctor or whatever. I mean, with the lawyer, that their divorce lawyer. So she was apparently sleeping with this guy. Martell knows because he went through her phone. He put the Face ID on the phone while she was sleeping, read her messages, and apparently she was fucking the damn lawyer or whatever. First of all, girl, you if Mel wanted to sue you for defamation, she could, because you up here telling her business. First of all, you said she had an abortion, which I think Mel actually admitted that on an interview with Dr. Heavenly anyway. Did she interview with Funky Geneva and said that? I'm not sure, but I remember her saying that on an interview anyway, and confirming that. But that's one thing. But for you to say this whole thing with the lawyer, you don't know if that's true or not. And you on a public platform telling this lady's potentially not business, because you listening to her husband, which is a known liar. Why are you taking anything that this man says as law? Because it's not. Everything that he says doesn't make any sense. Everything that he does doesn't make any sense, starting with you. So whatever, girl. So anyway, then Tasha tells her to turn to the camera and just kind of release and say whatever she got to say. So she proceeds to tell Oprah that she's very disappointed in her, and that she's, looked up to her since she was a child. And, she wants the producers to stop talking about her. And she wants Oprah to understand that she's disappointed in her because, bitch, do you think Oprah gives a flying girl? She's like, I want them to stop using my likeness to carry a show for 6 individuals. Let me tell you something right here. And we get into the end of this. Nobody's using your likeness, honey. We don't watch the show for them to talk about you. Nobody talks about you. Mel and Martell talk about their businesses, their children, Mel's speaking engagements, cocktails with Mel. I'm going to try to go one day. Her businesses, her relationships with the other ladies. Yeah. Her having issues with Tiffany and Destiny, and her having an issue with Tasha at one point. Her talking about Kimmy being a side chick. These are all stories that don't center around you. She did talk about her husband cheating on her, but that's her life. Her husband cheated on her. She's not saying, oh yeah, I'm just mad because it was Arionne. No, she's mad that her husband cheated on her. You're just the person that he cheated with, but no one gives a fuck about you. Nobody says anything about you. Tasha and Marceau talking about not wanting to renew their vows. How Marceau might have 20 women, which your man brought up on TV. How Marceau may have another child somewhere. Again, not talking about you. Black, opening that up. Chocolate in a bottle, which I actually have some in my fridge. Very good drink, by the way. You guys should buy it. Yeah. Maurice and Kimmy got married on the show. They talked about how long it took them to get married. They talked about his ex-wife, Kiowa, talked about her son, his son, moving his son to Huntsville. How the hell him and Kimmy got together. Stop me when we start talking about you. Yeah. A whole show built around 3 successful Black couples. Not a bird brain bitch. Moving right along. She feels like she was just a victim of her circumstances, just like Mel was. Bitch. I can't do this no more. You're not a victim, ma'am. Not at all. You're nobody's victim. Okay? You put yourself in this situation, and you easily could have gotten your own self out of it, but you decided to stick around with this man. I can't with her. Then she says, then there was, Tasha tried to help her throughout this interview, which I was upset with Tasha at certain points in this interview, but then I realized she's very strategic with how she handled this. So she said, do you want to apologize to Mel? And then Tasha pulls her phone out. She's like, let me call her. Let me see if she'll just accept an apology from me. She don't even got to know that you here or whatever. Tasha tried to help you, dumbass. She tried to help change your image, which is why you did this interview, right? You want to change your image. You won't want to look like a slut bucket no more. So you want to change your image, but you didn't change shit. You didn't tell us shit. Okay, you try to do all them little posts about Marceau and Maurice because you wanted people to think you had some tea. That might have been the only thing that would have gotten you on the damn show. But at this point now, everybody's just annoyed with you. They want you to just go away. You're like a bug. You're like a little bee that won't just sting me already. Just going on. Okay, that's what you are. You're annoying to the public. No one cares about you. And now that you've done this interview, we even less care about you. And again, if you really wanted to make some money, then you got over 1,000 subscribers on your channel. You should have talked about all them lives that you keep doing on Instagram. And mind you, you're not even monetized on Instagram. You could be having people buy you badges on Instagram. You ain't even doing that. You could be doing this shit, getting views on your Instagram, on your YouTube channel, and you're not. And another thing, you didn't even talk about your little basic ass boutique in the interview. Tasha had to tell you to say your business name. You could have been having people buying your little dusty ass shirts and skirts all on your website. But no, you didn't do that. You were so busy trying to clear up the fact that you didn't say fuck and that you don't call Mel every day. And what the fuck else? Yeah, nobody else cares. Nobody cared about any of that. So then she says she wants to leave her and Mel. She's not going to apologize to Mel because she doesn't feel like she needs to apologize, but Mel can apologize to her. And if Mel apologizes to her, then she will apologize. But she's not going to facilitate that because she feels like Martell should facilitate that. Here's my thing. Mel will not breathe the same air as you. She don't need to. And everybody keep on saying, you know, well, they have to raise children. They don't have to raise those kids together. That's Martell's problem. Let's be very clear about that. I will not breathe that bitch's air if I was male. Why? She doesn't deserve to be in my presence. She shouldn't be here. I shouldn't even have to be dealing with this. I was living my best life. Me and my husband and my 3 children, now 4. But you decided to allow my husband to insert you into our shit. So guess what? I got rid of him and I'm going to get rid of you right along with him. Why do I don't need your help raising my baby. I don't need a babysitter. I got money for that if I wanted to pay somebody, and I have my mama and my family, whatever. Tell me again why I need to form an alliance with you, because I don't give a fuck about Martell. If this is me, if I'm male, why I need to? No, I don't need. You know what, bitch? Keep your little apology. I don't give a fuck about your apology, and I don't need to apologize to you. For what? For what? Then she says she doesn't want to get married because men cheat, bitch. You would know. Then she talks about Martell telling her male, that's when she talked about the attorney. And then the last thing, she talked about her damn book that she gonna write. Girl, you ain't writing no damn book. Dr. Seuss is dead. Who gonna help you write this book, honey? Here's more importantly, who the fuck gonna read it? Because don't nobody give a damn about your life. I grew up and here's my birthday and I grew up in Dayton, Ohio and I did this. I fucked a married man and I had a baby by him. The end. That's like 1 page, 3 sentences. Nobody cares. Don't even, you know what? Don't even waste the paper, the ink. Don't even waste nobody's time doing that. Nobody's buying this book, honey. They're not. Nobody likes you. Just go away. I really, honestly, I don't even want to tear down, like you you insinuated that you didn't want to tear down another Black woman. I actually want you to build yourself up from this. I want you to raise your children, hold your head up high and stay off of live. If you want to go live again, here's my suggestion. Go on YouTube. You publicly apologize to Mel and her children, and you go back and finish nursing school and you get a job. Okay? You get enough money, you work as a nurse since you said that's what you want to do, or build up your YouTube channel talking about positivity, showing your life with your children, showing people who you are, and don't talk about Martell and don't talk about Mel, because everybody is looking at you right now. Get your money off of your YouTube channel. Use that revenue to buy more clothing. If you're really passionate about this business, build your business and put somebody else's fucking face on it. That's what you do. You build it not around your name. Change your business name and do that. That's what you do. Build up, talk on YouTube as yourself, change your business name so nobody will know it's you. Get quality products and sell that. Build your empire on your own. Or go back to nursing school, do that, make the revenue from that, get your clothes. There's endless possibilities of what you can do. We all have told you, I've seen different people's channels where everybody done told you how to get your money. You worried about your image? Change the name of your business. Don't take the pictures. Have your little ugly, raggedy ass friends take the pictures in your little clothes. Get better clothes. But I'm done, y'all. I can't do no more. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Big ups to Tasha K for doing this interview. I mean, you're very smart. You know what the capitalization was that you got off of this. But, you know, no shade to you, Tasha, but homegirl could have did all that herself because she ain't told us nothing, and you know it. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Be well. Be subscribed. Be commenting. And keep coming back. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.